this is Sam, aka Dracona, and today we are going back into Planet Zoo. So, we actually have a community event on this week. We will have to check that out when we get into game. I guess there's really no faffing around, let's just go right into game. Let's take a look at some things. There's our daily login. And we have our zoo, Asian Adventures. Look at this zoo, it's doing so well! I do like the music in Planet Zoo. It's very, grandiose. It's like vanilla, but the nice vanilla, the fancy vanilla, that good stuff that costs a little more than it should. Alright, so we are back here in Asian Adventures. So, really quick, let's go over what we did last time. So, in our first episode, we established our zoo over here with the exhibit animals, and we got started on the peacocks. In the second episode, we continued working with our peacocks and built up a couple other attractions. And in the third episode, we did two very important things. We went over here and we actually put in not only a souvenir stand, but actually food, drink, and restrooms. And then we actually adopted two Barrett's tapirs. Now these guys haven't been here in the zoo for too terribly long, so no exciting babies yet, but they do seem to be doing really well. Their nutrition still is a little low because, we just changed the food over, but look, there's a keeper taking care of everything. So I actually discovered a couple of interesting things that we could definitely take advantage of here in Planet Zoo. One of the most notable ones is something called a Vista Point. Now, guests will actually come and interact with Vista Points, and we can use that actually to get some use out of our little panda guy here. So I'm pretty sure this is down in education. It is. So what we can do is we can actually set this to be a Vista Point. Now if we go here into the Vista Point, we can actually set that as the item focus. Just cute and fun, and it's a way to get some use out of our little panda guy before on their way over to this on their way over to the food area. So, we actually have a community event going on this week, so first let's collect that. What's going on with our community event this week? Okay, so we need to breed just X amount of mandrills. That makes me wonder, do we actually have access to mandrills? But they're expensive. Okay, so we can buy the females. Okay, well, let's take a look in the Zoopedia. You guys are gonna 5 to 10 for females and a male, because you can only have one male. Go ahead and grab our 4 females. You guys don't have the best genetics, but I think we can make it work. I have worked with mandrills before in some of the story zoos, and honestly, it would be really great to be able to participate in a challenge on this, with us. I think that'd be really cool. So let's go ahead and pick ourselves out a nice male to go along with our lady. Our ladies, I should say. So let's go ahead and go for the lowest price. I wanted the other way. Okay, so here are the ones we can afford. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for this 500 guy. Oh, this is something I forgot about. So these are animals from other zoos. I discovered that if you leave animals in animal trading in any franchise zoo, they will be accessible in all franchise zoos. But this is a nice way for you to get a hold of animals that otherwise would not be accessible. Now, mandrills, I know from experience, are active, and they need a lot of climbing opportunities, and you need to make sure there's nothing that they can climb onto or jump from into another exhibit, because they will. They are willful like that. So I think what I might actually do is I might put a path buffer going alongside this enclosure, and then put the mandrills along here. I think that we're going to go ahead and do that, yeah. Oh, let's go ahead and say hello to our VIP. I would say hello to you, but this is just binary code. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to paths, Atlantic grid, and we're going to go ahead and make sure we get our correct path. We were using this hexagon pattern in this suit. And we'll just put some plants alongside that. Well, let's pause first and then get into our walls. I keep buying the animals without stopping to build their enclosures. Normally I'm a lot more, put together than that. Ooh, wait, I should probably make sure. There we go. Now we have an out. This is going to be a very interestingly shaped thing. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and make this section the mandrills, right there. To be fair, mandrills are very confident creatures, and they actually don't worry too much about guests being there. So let's go ahead and get building. Apologies if you can hear the bird in the background. Bindi is being very talkative today. Bindi is my parrotlet, and she is a good bird, and she is a pet bird. We tried originally having her paired to another bird, but he regrettably passed away unexpectedly, and we could never identify why. He was a young bird, so he shouldn't have been, close to death. So we decided, just out of an abundance of caution, that we would just convert Bindi to a pet instead of risking introducing another bird into a household, into like an enclosure that may still have disease in it. Like, obviously we cleaned it after he passed, but you never know. You never know what it was. Alright, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and go for our berries. Now, let's go ahead and look again at mandrills. They need climb proof, I remember that much. Grade 2, but climb proof. Now, I do know that you can set wood barriers to be climb proof. And they're confident around humans. So I could just make it glass, but I don't know. I feel like that's unfair to the animals. Could go with thick glass, which is kind of cool looking. Why don't we do kind of like a hybrid thing? So let's go ahead and do a glass corner, and then the rest of it be another kind of fencing. It has been so long, y'all. Mostly I've been playing Fallout, so I have kind of lost some of my skills. You see, the last 3 episodes are all recorded in bulk together, and I'm kind of planning to do that again today, because it works out better. Then I can edit them in a batch, and then they are all ready to get programmed out. My plan is, with this series, that I want to be releasing I would like to be releasing them on Wednesdays and Sundays in order to make a consistent schedule. And my hope is that when I start making other kinds of content again, I can just slot that in around this instead of replacing it. Because I started treating uploads like just get something out, but I don't think that's a good way to go about it. I think I'd rather have days where if I'm going to upload something, I will upload that particular kind of thing. So if we went around the back, we'd actually have to go quite a ways. But this would actually open us up a really helpful avenue that we could use when it comes to expanding our staff areas. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. So really quick, before I continue on with the mandrills, I have been doing some research and work in other zoos to kind of figure out what's going on. And I discovered that staff PR does not do very much to help to help either our guests or our staff. So I think it would actually be better to put a rec room in here instead, so that our vendors can regain their energy faster. Because again, the biggest problem with the vendors is they get overworked so quickly no matter what you do. The other thing is I'm going to focus on training to make sure that our vendors, are well taken care of and they feel appreciated. Okay, so let's go ahead and tuck this back here, because then what we can do is we can come over here, enter the group, take out this wall, exit, and then put a path down in this wall. So now then what I can do is I can align to grid, grab from you, and snake this around behind these enclosures over to what will become the mandrill exhibit. I like how you can just put pathing through trees. The trees are like, doop doop, I don't exist. Never look too closely at the layout, because it will make you realize just how janky it actually is. And the mandrills, we're going to go ahead in their barrier, we're going to go ahead and put in a habitat gate, a steel one. So now, when we have that put together, we can unpause, because now we have to wait for all of our animals to go through quarantine. Let's see. The tapirs are doing nicely. And we will probably have to do research on the mandrills, because again, the zoo I have experience with them with is actually not a zoo that is in franchise mode. So there are 5 mandrills, and we have to wait for them to get ready. So in the time being, we're going to go ahead, go down into here. Let's start with the theme so we can pick up our hut for them to sleep in. And this is a big one. I'm worried that's just a bit too big. I think this would be more reasonable given the amount of animals, because it's already huge. Go ahead and tuck that up in there. Go ahead and get rid of that. Go over here and go then to species and take care of our mandrills. Oh, let's go say hello to our VIP guest too. Oh, it's my character. Never mind then. And all of our mandrills are ready to leave quarantine, so they should be on their way. While that's going on, let's go ahead and get started with our food and water. Now, I'm actually going to wait with the food because arboreal feeding, and you know what? I like the look of a water feature, and we should be covered over here for the water treatment. Yes. Oh, wait, they're here. Dang, you guys are fast. Oh, there they go. I just realized something I need to... Yep, no keeper. Actually, it may not be a bad idea to start... It may not be a bad idea to start with the mandrills, our new work zone, because we're starting to get kind of far away, not only from these huts, but from the other ones. But I don't know. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at our staff and see how many we have and what they're doing. So we have 3 keepers and 2 vets, and they're all at a normal, efficient workload. So I suppose we could probably squeak 1 more habitat on there before we have to make a new work zone. Because again, I want to make sure that, you know, they have an ability to get to them. Oh, we need to hire a new mechanic, and I'm not surprised. And we should hire a secondary security guard, because the security guard's set to the entrance. So we're going to go ahead and hire that security guard and set him to guest facilities, and we're going to hire a mechanic and we're going to set him to the entrance, and then we'll hire a 3rd one actually for the guest facilities, because we need to make sure that everything over there is being taken care of. And the security guard, you are for guest facilities. There should be nobody without one. Now let's go ahead and really quick get this taken care of, because they came way faster than I was expecting. Oh, I wasn't ready for that. Let's go ahead and just make a nice little pond right there. And put some water in the exhibit. You must be one of the females, because you don't have the big red bum. Go over to climbable. Now, there's a lot of things you can put on for the mandrills, but I, for starts, like the lemur climbing frame. It works really well. It's nice and big. And look at that. They can get up nice and high, because mandrills are like that, and they like to get up nice and high. So let's go ahead and hit play. So the terrain. Okay, so we're good on the climbing requirements. I will probably put more they can climb on, but for right now, let's focus on getting everything correct. The tapirs, they bred. Now, tapirs, you can only have 2 at a time, so this baby, once it matures, will get sent out of the zoo. I also like to put the feeding platform up just a little bit. I think it makes sense, you know? Oh, it's the mandrill. Mandrills like climbing. Therefore, food go up. Boom, feeding platform. And then let's put another larger one down over here. Go ahead and take a look at our mandrills again. Hello. So our terrain, they need more short grass and less long grass. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And they need some soil as well. So let's go ahead and start by just giving a nice little grass groom. Let's go ahead and take some soil, because we're right in the middle. There we go. That's a better environment for them. And now let's go to... Okay, we're going to need coverage, but let's go ahead and get their enrichment settled down so they don't get bored. Mandrills are really intelligent creatures, and I find them incredibly fascinating. Or any primate, really. I like primates. Let's go ahead. We have the food enrichment out, but we need a little more. I know, the frozen fruit. This is always a popular one. Or we could do it. Let's go ahead and do the fruit. There we go. Oh, the keyboard is so funny. Just come over and make weird noises on the keyboard. And the sprinkler. Sprinkler is nice. Very small. And the mirror mobile. Okay, so that should be a settle on enrichment. I just realized I forgot to put bedding in. How silly can I be? And we'll go with leaves. Because return the monkey. Now, there was something else I wanted to do last time, and I completely blanked on. And since it's something I want to do for both the mandrills and our newly added tapirs, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. So, oh, wait, no, how coverage? I have to get coverage. So I discovered you can actually click on this to set it to the species requirement, which is perfect because it means I don't have to do it manually. I know it adds like 1%, but come on. It's a lotus plant. Lotus plants are cool. Anyway, so go ahead and try this oil palm. You got to be careful where you put things because they will climb them. But hopefully they won't jump out from there. Oh, you can hear them. You can hear them playing the piano badly. Man, Bindy's just really going at it. Okay, so that's enough coverage for our mandrills, at least for the time being. We'll have to make sure it stays enough. So yeah, we have a nice new addition to the zoo. And we get to take part in a community challenge, which is just oh so cool. I wonder what we should do next. The mandrills have been a really great addition, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe it wouldn't be a good idea to start a new section. And so there are some buildings that you only need a couple. Darn it! Darn it, all you females! Stop! Who is doing this? Whose idea is this? You. Leave your siblings alone. That being said, it's probably actually time to make sure we haven't, overpopulated the peacocks, as it were, because they're getting kind of frisky. Okay, so we only have the 4 males, which is good. We have a lot of females. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I actually did that last episode. I spent some time paring down. Or is that in a different enclosure? That might have been in a different enclosure. Yeah, so operating alongside this zoo, I actually have another one I'm calling the Oasis. The Oasis is actually a failed attempt at this zoo. We basically failed as soon as we began by going into debt. But I was able to turn it around and turn it into like a little research zoo, which works out nicely. So I'm starting to wonder, we're going to get a mandrill. So I'm starting to wonder if, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what we have under facilities, because we obviously have not just, exhibits and stuff like that. We have a lot of things. Now, people like the transport rides, but I've never gotten one to work successfully in Planet Zoo. And I am not confident going into that on this zoo without having first tested it in something like the Oasis and getting it to work there. So I'm going to skip that for the time being. And let's see, what kind of animals are available to us? Go ahead and turn cache listings on. Go ahead and poke through and see if there's anything really catching my eye. I mean, we are in China. A pangolin could be really, good to have. We could have caimans. We can get caimans. How do you guys feel about caimans? No, I think for the time being we're gonna the other way around and let's see what's at the bottom. We can get llamas. Should we do a petting zoo, guys? Llamas are cute. I like llamas. Don't forget to peel the sheeps. That's a sentence. Y'all have been busy. Were you walking around on the roof? Where did... Excuse me? Yep, she was just walking around up there on part of the roof. You see, this is what I mean about mandrills. Mandrills are... they're interesting. Let's actually go ahead and put down a small exhibit again, because these are really great ways to get... they're really great ways to kind of get guests in and having a good time. Placing these things correctly can be just tedious. There we go. And going off of this, we should... yes, we should prepare for our next round of animals by placing down a couple of essential buildings. Let's go behind the peacocks. Actually, we already have kind of a little staff section built here. So what we could do is we could just branch off from the peacocks. Having these staff paths will allow us to easily expand, place down things like water treatment and power generators where we need to. Making sure everything is efficient. Oh, I just realized we have the mandrills placed down, but we don't have anywhere for guests to donate or read about them. This is unacceptable. We must educate our guests. Go ahead and set you to educate about the mandrill, and then I need to go ahead and get a vet researching away on our mandrills here. The tapirs must be... oh, the tapirs are done. Good to know. Again, I already just put those up. Hopefully that won't make him too mad. I just realized I skipped a little far. We have baby beards. It's the stripy baby! I love baby tapirs. They're so cute. Hi, hello. Oh, aren't you cute? Sitali. Ah. Sitali? Sitali. Oh, look at you. You're so cute. When you grow up, we're gonna release you to the wild, and you're gonna go off and make lots of little tapirs. And hello, Pietrogalia. Oh, we have made progress. We have made progress on a community. Oh, that's so exciting. I can't wait to see what our rewards are this time. Let's see, where's our baby? There's our baby. Oh, you're kind of ugly. Like, in a cute way, you're still pretty ugly now. Ah, look at you. Look how ugly you are. You're so cute. We're about to have another ugly baby mandrill. You know, I would have never thought to have a mandrill exhibit in a zoo. So I think this is actually really good. Hi. Oh, you're pretty ugly too. Oh, the babies, they're so ugly. Not only one, but two. Two! Well, that being said, we should probably... actually, we've been recording for a while now, so let's actually go ahead and call this episode here. Man, we've had a very exciting day here at the zoo, haven't we? We have mandrills now. We finally finished researching our tapirs. We have a baby tapir! And the peacocks are being just so weird. Oh, I love... excuse me? You can levitate. You can fly, but no levitate. You are a bird. Strange animal. You are very strange. Anyway, this has been a great day at the zoo. I had so much fun today, and I cannot wait to come back to the zoo. And next time, I'm hoping we can go ahead and get some more exhibit animals here. And I want to get our second village set up so that our staff, we can easily divide up our staff and make sure everything's working efficiently. And yeah, so this has been Sam, aka Dracona, and thank you for coming to the zoo with me, and I can't wait to come again. Thank you, and have a nice day. Goodbye!